Right now, your mind may feel like it is running faster than your heart can handle. Thoughts rush ahead of you, pulling you into a future that has not arrived, showing you scenes that feel real, heavy, and threatening. This inner agitation, this constant alert, this sense of being on edge, is not a sign of weakness. It is a state many people live in, often silently, carrying fear, restlessness, and an unrelenting tension inside. Anxiety has a way of filling the mind with excessive concern and a cascade of negative thoughts, making everything feel urgent, overwhelming, and out of control. There is something important you need to understand in this moment. Anxiety is not always an enemy. When it is balanced, it serves a purpose. It keeps you alert, attentive, prepared. It helps you avoid danger and perform well when something matters. The suffering begins when this state grows beyond measure, when it becomes constant, repetitive, and begins to invade your relationships, your work, your daily life. That is when the mind feels trapped in fear, and the body feels as though it is always standing at the edge of something terrible. An anxious mind has a powerful habit. It lives in the future. It believes that by anticipating every possible threat, it can prevent pain. But this habit does not protect you. Instead, it pulls you away from the present moment, the only place where life is actually happening. The anxious mind takes a small stimulus, a thought, a memory, an image, and builds an entire catastrophic story around it. It imagines the worst outcomes, the most tragic scenarios, as if preparing for them could stop them from happening. The problem is that your brain does not know the difference between imagination and reality. When you vividly imagine danger, your body reacts as if that danger were real. Fear rises, tension tightens, and the sense of urgency grows stronger. You are not broken for experiencing this. This is how the anxious mind works. And here's where relief begins to quietly enter. You are not required to control the future completely. That level of control does not exist. Trying to predict every outcome only drains your energy and deepens your worry. There are problems you can solve today, and there are possibilities that do not belong to now. When your mind races ahead, gently remind yourself to return to what can be dealt with in this moment. Staying anchored in the present is not avoidance. It is wisdom. You may have noticed that anxious thoughts feel impossible to stop. Fighting them often makes them stronger. The more you try to push them away, the more intense they become. Thoughts and feelings cannot be controlled by force. They respond better to awareness. Instead of battling them, observe them. Recognize their patterns. Understand that they often exaggerate danger without evidence, predicting harm before it exists. Allow yourself a limited space to think about what worries you. Give these thoughts a defined time instead of letting them invade every moment. When you do this, they lose some of their power. They become clearer, less chaotic, less frightening than when they appear suddenly and repeatedly throughout the day. When your mind feels crowded and noisy, shift your focus from your thoughts to your body. Bring your attention to physical sensations. Feel your feet touching the ground. Notice the pressure, the contact, the weight. Slowly move your awareness through your body, sensing what is present without judgment. This simple act brings you back from imagined futures into real experience. It reconnects your mind to reality as it is, not as fear describes it. Writing can also become a place of relief. When you put your fears, worries, and anguish onto paper, they move from your head into the external world. They become something you can look at, reflect on, and place into perspective. You are not denying them. You are acknowledging them in a way that prevents them from endlessly circling your mind. Your breath is another anchor. Anxiety often speeds it up, disrupting your balance. Slowing your breathing, making it deeper and calmer, helps regulate your body. A steady rhythm of breathing signals safety, grounding you when your thoughts are racing. This is not about perfection. It is about gentleness and consistency. All of this reminds you of something essential. You are not powerless against anxiety. You are not condemned to live at the mercy of every fearful thought. With awareness, presence, and patience, the intensity can soften. The noise can quiet. The mind can learn to rest again. Notice how even now, as you remain here, something within you may already be slowing down. Not because everything has been solved, but because you are no longer alone inside your own thoughts. Anxiety loses strength when it is understood, when it is seen for what it is rather than feared as something uncontrollable. The mind that constantly rushes ahead believes it is protecting you, yet it exhausts you by keeping you in states of permanent alert. Learning to pause is not giving up control, it is choosing where your energy truly belongs. When you stop feeding catastrophic chains of thought all day long, they begin to weaken. Thoughts that once felt overwhelming start to appear less convincing. They do not disappear instantly, but they stop dominating every moment. This is not about forcing calm or pretending fear does not exist. It is about recognizing that you do not have to follow every thought that passes through your mind. Some thoughts are simply noise, echoes of worry, not instructions you must obey. Each time you bring your attention back to your body, you remind yourself that you are here, now, safe in this moment. Each time you breathe slowly and deeply, you tell your nervous system that it does not need to stay on high alert. Each time you write down what worries you, you give your mind permission to rest instead of repeating the same fears over and over. These small actions may seem simple, but they carry quiet strength. Over time, they reshape how your mind responds to fear. Anxiety often convinces you that relief is far away, that peace is something you must chase or earn. But relief often begins with acceptance. Accepting that you cannot control everything. Accepting that thoughts will come and go. Accepting that you can choose how you respond to them. This acceptance does not make you passive, it makes you grounded. From that place, clarity begins to grow. If anxiety has been affecting your relationships, your work, your daily joy, remember that seeking help is a sign of responsibility, not failure. There are moments when support is necessary, when proper guidance and care can make a difference. You deserve to live without constant suffering, without feeling trapped inside your own mind. Let this moment be a reminder that you are capable of learning new ways to relate to your thoughts, your body, and your fears. The anxious mind is not your enemy. It is a part of you that needs understanding, boundaries, and patience. Step by step, presence replaces panic. Awareness replaces fear. Calm becomes something you practice, not something you wait for. Staying here a little longer is also part of the practice. Not rushing away from what you are feeling, not escaping the quiet that follows understanding. Anxiety often pushes you to move quickly, to distract yourself, to search for certainty elsewhere. Remaining present is a way of teaching your mind that stillness is safe, that nothing bad happens when you slow down. This is how trust is rebuilt from the inside. As you move forward after this video, remember that progress is not measured by the complete absence of anxious thoughts. Progress is noticing them sooner, responding with more patience, and returning to yourself with less fear. Some days will feel lighter, others heavier. That does not erase what you are learning. Every moment of awareness matters, even the ones that feel small. Carry this understanding with you. When your thoughts begin to race again, return to what is real. Your breath, your body, the present moment. These are always available to you. Anxiety may visit, but it does not have to rule. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to slow down. You are allowed to feel safe again. And even as you hear these words, allow yourself to notice how your body responds. Anxiety often keeps you disconnected from yourself, living only in thought. Reconnecting is not dramatic or sudden. It happens quietly, through attention, through repetition, through kindness toward your own limits. When you accept that you cannot predict everything, you stop exhausting yourself trying to live in a future that does not exist yet. Energy returns when it is no longer wasted on imagined threats. There will be moments when the old patterns try to pull you back. A thought appears, a memory surfaces, a familiar sense of unease rises. In those moments, remember that you do not need to eliminate the thought to regain peace. You only need to stop feeding it continuously. Let it be there without giving it all your time and focus. You can choose to come back to your breath, to your body, to what you are doing right now. This choice, repeated again and again, slowly changes the intensity of anxiety. When you set aside a specific moment to reflect on your worries, you teach your mind boundaries. Worry no longer controls the entire day. It has a place, and outside that place, life can continue. Thoughts that once felt urgent lose their urgency when they are no longer allowed to dominate every hour. Writing them down, breathing calmly, grounding yourself in physical sensations, these are not escapes. They are ways of restoring balance. Understand this deeply. Anxiety grows in isolation and confusion, but it weakens in clarity and presence. When you understand how your mind works, fear becomes less mysterious and less powerful. You are not defined by anxious thoughts. You are the one who observes them, who learns to respond differently, who gradually builds a sense of safety within. Let this awareness stay with you after the video ends. You do not need to rush. You do not need to fix everything today. What matters is returning, again and again, to what is real, to what is now, to what you can feel and breathe in this moment. This is where calm begins to take root. Let this be reinforced gently, because repetition is part of how the anxious mind learns safety. The goal is not to erase anxiety from your life, but to change how you relate to it. Anxiety becomes overwhelming when it is constant, when it spreads into every area of your day, when it convinces you that every thought deserves immediate attention. When you understand that thoughts are not commands and that feelings rise and fall, something shifts inside you. Space opens up. You begin to notice that many worries are about things you cannot solve right now. Anticipating every possible outcome does not protect you. It only disconnects you from the present. Each time you bring yourself back to what is happening now, You reclaim a part of yourself that anxiety tries to take away. The present moment is not empty. It is grounded, concrete, and manageable. When your body feels tense and restless, remember that your breath is always available. Slowing it down, making it deeper and calmer, helps your body return to balance. Anxiety speeds everything up. Calm restores rhythm. This is why breathing slowly, paying attention to physical sensations, and grounding yourself in your body are so effective. They interrupt the cycle where imagination is mistaken for danger. Writing your worries down gives them limits. Instead of circling endlessly in your mind, they are placed somewhere specific. This allows you to say to yourself that you have acknowledged them, that you do not need to revisit them constantly. Over time, this practice reduces confusion and intensity. Thoughts become clearer. Fear becomes more manageable. And if anxiety has reached a point where it causes ongoing suffering, where fear and restlessness interfere with your relationships, your work, or your quality of life, remember that seeking professional help is valid and necessary. It is a step toward understanding, not a sign of failure. Support exists for moments when anxiety feels bigger than what you can carry alone. Stay with this awareness. Let it grow gradually. There is no rush, no deadline for healing. Each time you choose presence over anticipation, calm over panic, you are training your mind in a new direction. This is how change happens, quietly and steadily.